Good evening, everyone. We are back with another tier list video. And today, what are we doing, you ask? As if you couldn't read it in the title. Well, today we are doing a tier list of the Smiths singles, something which no one on YouTube whose channel name is Fups has ever done before. In case you weren't aware, I'm a big Smiths fan. Go back and watch my ranking the Smiths albums video to gauge that. Admittedly, I'm quite a critical person. I'm quite a cynic, so I did have my fair whack of negative things to say about some of the Smiths songs, but hey, I would say by and large, I am a Smiths super fan, big fan of these lot. So let's waste no more time in ranking some of their bumperclut singles. First up, we have Hand in Glove. This was the first single ever released by Manchester band The Smiths, and what do I think of it? Well, it certainly sets... I wouldn't say it sets a hallmark of quality, especially not for the next one, but it certainly sets your expectations for what you can come to expect from the sonic palette of the Smiths. It's very jangly, and it's quite up-tempo. Something that the Smiths have always been quite jarring with regards to their kind of running orders on the album, especially on Meat is Murder, I've found. I understand this is a bit tangential, but on Meat is Murder, which we'll get to in a moment, the tracks kind of jump all over the place a little bit. One track will be like 6 minutes long, the next will be like 2.5. It's quite jarring. I've always had somewhat of an issue with how the Smiths sequence their albums. Nonetheless, what do I think of Hand in Glove itself? It's okay. It's not, I don't know, it's not anything special in the grand scheme of things, but it's a great start. I'm going to put it in B for now, although I might change my mind. Hand in Glove, the sun shines out of our behinds. I mean, that's one hell of a way to kickstart your career. If you have the balls, if you have the cojones to have your first single contain that line, then you're a band whose longevity will span for years to come, I'm sure. The sun shines out of our bumholes. This charming man, this is S, without a shadow of a doubt. This is their second single. Are you kidding me? I would die to write something as good as this. What difference does it make? It makes none. Although in saying that, the actual song, What Difference Does It Make, is such a goated, delectable, delicious banger. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm going to put it in S as well. Although, it's privy to change depending on how we go with the other singles, but I'm going to put it in S for now. This was one of the very first Smith songs that I fell in love with. I even love the bit at the end. Although I will say, something that kind of puts the yelping falsetto at the end of that song in a very different context is when you go ahead and listen to Miserable Lie, and it's like, oh, I don't like this anymore, because he does it for like 2.5 fucking hours. And it becomes, frankly, insufferable. Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. This is an A. I was looking for a job, and then I found a job that spawned about a gazillion TikToks, which I'm very tired of seeing. That doesn't, bear any relevance in terms of how I'm ranking it here. I'm trying to rank them as objectively as possible, but that soundbite needs to stop. I get you're not happy with your job. Leave. Yeah, great song. William, It Was Really Nothing. Now, this is this is a great song, but I don't think it should ever have really been a single. It's never jumped out at me as being single material, but it's still a good song. I'd put it in A behind Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. No, I don't want to create an account tier, buddy. If you're my buddy, then you wouldn't poke me and harass me to create an account on you. How Soon Is Now? Oh, this song is such a banger. It's it's in S. Let's get that out of the way. But where in S am I going to put? I'm putting it top of S. This song is so iconic. It has featured in so much stuff, and rightly so. There's no other Smith song like it. I was saying this in my Oasis video, how there are certain Oasis songs that just operate in a specific mode. They contain a certain sonic palette that's just... It's so lightning in a bottle that not even the band themselves could recreate it on other singles, and I don't think they even care to either, because this is a one-off. It's one of a kind. It's in a league of its own. Shakespeare's Sister. Now, this is another one that kind of baffles me that it was ever a single, because I'll be honest with you, don't really remember it. I know I just called myself a Smith superfan. Maybe that was a bit hyperbolic. I do lose sight when I say things like that of the fact that there could be Smith superfans whose fandom far exceeds mine, who might watch this video and say, "You don't know Shakespeare's sister?" No, and I don't know his brother either. That's why I'm putting this one in C. If I don't remember it, then it can't be that good. However, I think we're going to be hard pressed to find any Smith single that's going to sink to the depths of D. I don't think I'm going to be giving the D to any of these. Barbarism Begins at Home. That's not... It's not quite S, because it does go and go and go. However, I'm not laying the blame for that at the feet of the epic Andy Rourke bass outro, because the bass outro is so good. I have no issues with the length of that outro. It just needed to arrive a bit sooner. On the contrary, what I could have done with less of was Morrissey's la 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 la. That, considering how, just standard of a vocal line he's singing there, could maybe be brought down by at least a solid minute. So I'm gonna put it in A. Behind William, It Was Really Nothing. But Barbarism Begins at Home, what a song. The Headmaster Ritual, this is another S for me. Fucking love the Headmaster Ritual. I mean, S should really be reserved for songs that I deem to be flawless, and I will say this one isn't quite. It suffers much of the same as I just described with Barbarism Begins at Home, where the la 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 outro is maybe 30 seconds too long. It does what I would affectionately refer to as a message in a bottle. Have you ever heard Message in a Bottle by The Police? You know how the outro is like, sending out an SOS, and then write times 100 next to it, because it's just like, okay, I get the idea. The song's not doing anything different. You're just repeating the same refrain for another minute. Why did we need that? I mean, that should be called a Hey Jude, really, shouldn't it? Message in a Bottle was not the most hyperbolic example of that I could have picked. Still, if you were to turn that into a drinking game, you would actually live if you did it with Message in a Bottle, whereas Hey Jude, you'd probably perish. I'm going to put this... Oh, this is hard. I'm going to put it above What Difference Does It Make? It's going in third place. No, it's not. Yes, it is. There we go. That joke isn't funny anymore. It's too close to home and it's too near the... A. Love this tune. I'm now realizing, because the past 3 songs have all done what I just described, which is a kind of just, point blank repetition of the refrain, which takes the song out. But I don't mind it so much in this case, because that actual line, I've seen this happen in other people's lives, and now it's happening in mine. There is a power in simplicity to that line that I think really resonates. It's one of those kind of, don't hate me for saying this, but it's kind of one of those Chris Martin from Coldplay-esque lines where it's like, it toes that fine line between being vague, like very vague, and simultaneously like really poignant, you know what I mean? Like, you can interpret that in so many different ways. It's so applicable to your life regardless of what the circumstances are. I'm putting it above Barbarism Begins at Home. Boop. Above William, It Was Really Nothing as well? No. No, probably not. The Boy with the Thorn in His Side. This is A as well. There's going to be so many... And no, you know what? It's top of B, actually. I changed my mind. The Boy with the Thorn in His Side is top of B, because B for boy. Sorry, I've still got a cold. Strictly speaking, it's probably not doing my vocal cords any kind of favour that I should be talking at length for this long, but you know what it is? I've been missing in action for so long on YouTube that I'm kind of overcorrecting now by just giving you a load of long-form content. that's, slightly easier for me to do. I don't have to, kill myself meticulously scripting it. But it still gives you a pretty good indication of where my head's at surrounding certain musical opinions of mine. And also, I kind of like the fact that it's unfiltered and unscripted. It sort of gives you more of a glimpse into my personality, because what I found was those videos, they were very, if I do say so, well written. Weren't terribly funny, though. Maybe they were. It's not really up for me to decide, but yeah, The Boy with the Thorn in His Side is top of B. Big Mouth Strikes Again, this is another S. My brother finds the Big Mouth, the high-pitched little chipmunk voice in this song to be annoying. I think it's, and yeah, admittedly, it is a bit kooky, it's a bit gimmicky, it's a bit, on first listen, certainly I was like, what the fuck is that? But it grows on you. Boy, howdy does it ever grow on you. This is going in third. Some Girls Are Bigger Than Others. Once again, bizarre choice of single here. Not sure what this was doing as a single. Not that it's a bad song. Listen, what you have to keep in mind is when I say I'm not sure why it was a single, that is by no means because I think it's a bad song. It just strikes me as a bizarre single choice. You know what I mean? You expect certain things from a single. You expect verse, chorus, middle eight, double chorus. This song isn't that. I mean, mind you, no Smith song is that, but this especially isn't. This is Some Girls Are Bigger Than Others. Some girls are bigger than others. Some girls' mothers are bigger than other girls' mothers. Repeated. Not at tedium, because I love this song. Holy shit, Johnny Marr's guitar line in this song is absolutely gorgeous. I wonder how he felt when Morrissey when presented with this beautiful guitar line that decided to turn in this particular set of words. I can't imagine he'd have been best pleased, but hey, even if the lyrics are a little absurd, that actual melody, some girls are bigger than others, it's so catchy, it's so hooky. Like, this is one of the Smith songs that I find myself singing quite often, and it's not even necessarily one of my like top favorites, but it's just so hooky. Like, Morrissey really nailed that. And it does contain the line, send me the pillow, the one that you dream on, which is a luscious line. Love that. It's one of Morrissey's more poetic lines that he's ever written, and it's in fucking Some Girls Are Bigger Than Others, just stowed away. I'm going to put this one in... I'm tempted to put it in S, but I don't think it really deserves to be. I know it's my opinion, but I'm going to put it top of A, actually. Above Heaven Knows... I prefer it over Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. Make of that what you will, Panic. This is S. Fucking love Panic. It gets to the point and it gets out. Unlike me, holy shit, I really could do with getting to the point a little more often. Yeah, it's used in the, once again, a little tangential, which feeds into what I just said about me not quite getting to the point quick enough. But it outros my favourite Black Mirror episode, which is Hang the DJ. And I, apart from the perks of being a wallflower, in my opinion, you would be hard-pressed to find a better use of a Smith song in media than that episode. It's, beautiful stuff. Warms my heart. Makes me believe in love, which doesn't happen often. I'm going to put it... Ooh, okay. I'm going to put it fourth. It's also in Shaun of the Dead. Like, come on, dude. It was used in Black Mirror and Shaun of the Dead. This is such an overpowered song. Yeah, that feels about right. Ask. Big fan of Ask. Quite similar to Panic. They're both one-word titles and they're both quite short. I actually really like when the Smiths go for kind of shorter, sweeter songs that are quite snappy and sort of get in and out. I kind of wish they lent into that side of themselves more often. I'm going to put Ask in... It's not quite A. I'm going to put it top of B, I think. Yeah, I might change my mind about that later, depending on how we go with the others, but notice how, like, comparatively close to the end we are compared to the Mannix video. I have a video? Yes, we have a video. Comment if you know what that reference is from. I have a feeling this video is going to be a lot shorter provided I don't waffle for too long, than the Mannix one, considering how the Mannix had, like, what, 50 billion singles? Shoplifters of the World Unite. Shoplifters of the World. Um, this is somewhat of a rockier moment for the Smiths. Bit of a, not quite distortion, but some crunch on that guitar, which I like. It's very, emblematic. I love that word. Emblematic, I suppose, of the latter stages of the Smiths' career, where they were kind of shifting their sound a little bit. But I dare say it comes at the cost of sounding distinctly less Smithsy than their prior 3 albums and more like a Morrissey solo album, which is fine. I like Morrissey's solo work, but don't put the Smiths label on it, you know? Like, Shoplifters of the World, Unite, to an extent, Sheila Take a Bow, Girlfriend in a Coma. I mean, yeah, all of these, they're great. Like, they're great songs in and of themselves, but I just don't. That whole album, Strange Ways Here We Come, I just don't think of it as a Smiths album, really. There's so little that Johnny Marr is doing on that that really calls out to me as being like a hallmark of his, very Smithian guitar style. And I don't know how much of that was his doing, or rather lack thereof. Nonetheless, let's talk about it. Shoplifters of the World Unite. It's a good song, but it's not a great one. I'm gonna put it in B, and I'm gonna put it above Hand in Glove and behind The Boy with the Thorn in His Side. That feels about right. Sheila Take a Bow, I actually like a fair bit more. I'm gonna put that next to Ask at the top of B. Girlfriend in a Coma. Listen, I know it's serious, but this song, I don't know. It's, once again, should it really have been a single? It kind of screams album track to me. But then again, Strange Ways Here We Come. You're kind of hard pressed to find any song on that album that really screams single. I mean, once again, the Smiths, you don't really come to expect a kind of standard single structure from them, but there are certain ones on here, like Panic, for example, like that's just so clearly a single. This Charming Man's so clearly a single. What difference does it make? This one, I don't know. It just doesn't really do it for me. I'm going to put it in C. No, B even. And I'm going to put it below Hand in Glove. Sorry, guys. It's just never quite done much for me. I started something I couldn't finish. That's also going in B. And I'm going to put it above Girlfriend in a Coma and behind Hand in Glove. Is this the one where Morrissey goes a lot? I don't know. Yeah, among just taking complete creative control over Strange Ways Here We Come, so too did Morrissey adopt the random grunts during songs. And dude, if like, I've just come to the realization, like, Morrissey, there are like vocal stims that for some reason he just mains every album. Like the first album, it's the it's the falsetto, right? It's like the fluctuating falsetto that goes down, up, down, up, and on Strange Ways Here We Come, it's like he just discovers these new facets of his voice that he just beats into the ground every album. It's really weird. Last night I dreamt that somebody left me. Isn't it supposed to be loved me? I think yeah, that's my mistake. Hold on, let me correct that. Otherwise it's going to annoy me. Loved me. There we go. Okay, this, from the, going off the circles that I roll in, is supposed to be like quite a widely beloved Smiths song. I don't really get it. I'll be so real. Okay, so you know how I said that like Strange Ways Here We Come to me reads as a Morrissey solo project? This song is like the amalgamation of that. Like, this is barely a Smith. It's still a good song, but is it a Smith song in anything but its name? I don't think so. I've never cared for this. Do I put it in C? I'm gonna put it at the bottom of. No, it's better than go. It's probably better than no. I'm putting it here. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Wow. Okay, so the Smiths have a lot of B tier. So I think I'm gonna move some of these up to A. I think at the end I will reevaluate, but let's continue for now. Stop me if you think you've heard this one before. That's A, or is it? Yes, it is. I'm gonna put it in A. But I'm gonna put it here. No, I'm gonna put it there. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Upon uh upon relitigating A and B, there's definitely going to have to be some shuffling going on. There is a light that never goes out. This is congratulations. There is a light that never goes out. You win the top spot. This is not only the Smiths' greatest song. I wholeheartedly believe it's one of the greatest songs ever recorded and released by humans. There is something in the bones of this song that resonates so widely. Morrissey is just feeling it so hard on this song. And where on Last Night I Dreamt That Somebody Loved Me, not left me, it feels almost a bit trite and contrived and just, from a production standpoint, it feels almost overindulgent in a way. This just feels so right. Like, every musical inclination and instinct that the band injected into this just serves the song in every way. The little, what I'm going to assume is like a MIDI flute, or is it a real flute? Is it even a flute anyway? You know what I'm talking about. That is interjected throughout this song is just gorgeous. The synth strings are just so lush. Like, this is a delicious song. This is a song that I could listen to every day and pretty much do and never get bored of. Hence, I've yapped for far too long about it. Sweet and Tender Hooligan, Don't Care For You, you're in C. Behind Shakespeare's Sister. The pair of these, I always lump them together in my head. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe it's. I think my memory is more at fault than these songs, but I can just never distinguish between them in my mind. I can't remember how either of them go. I know that he goes, Sweet and Tender Hooligan. He phrases it something like that, but I don't know. That's not enough to, to achieve a grade any higher than a C for me. The Queen is Dead. Once again, a bit of a bizarre choice of single, considering this song is absolutely raucous. I mean, it is instrumentally outrageous. It's all over the place, but in only the best of ways. I love how rambunctious, that's a word you don't hear every day. That's not a word that I even knew I remembered until just then. But yeah, this song is fire, man. Not to mention it's culturally relevant because the Queen has actually passed away, so it gets bonus points for that. This is S. I fucking love The Queen is Dead. What difference does it make? I'll put it at the bottom of S, but it's an S nonetheless. I love this song. And that's that. The Mannix video has conditioned me to believe that I should be recording for far longer than this. But hey, you know what? I'll take it. It's a video. Now let's relitigate A and B. Okay. Some girls are bigger than others. That belongs in A. Heaven has a miserable out A. I think it's more. I'm going to move William It Was Really Nothing to the top of B. I don't think William It Was Really Nothing belongs in A. I think I was a bit trigger happy because up to that point, there had been a lot of S and A submissions. Why? Because we were in the early stages of the Smiths' career. That's why. So I think I was a bit trigger happy on that one. Okay, so will it ask? I think Ask still belongs in B. Sheila Take a Bow. Boy with the Thorn. I'm going to move the. This is tough, guys. Shoplifters of the World Unite. Okay, I'm going to move Hand in Glove above Shoplifters of the World Unite because I think I prefer Hand in Glove. That I'm going to move Sheila Take a Bow behind The Boy with the Thorn in His Side. I'm going to leave and I'm going to move ask above William, it was really nothing. And yeah, the rest of them I think I'm happy with. So drink it all in, guys. Let me zoom out. This is Fups's Smith's singles tier list. Let me know any changes you would make to it, what yours would be in the comment section. Let's have a debate, let's have an argument, let's get into a fight, let's kill one another. I'm sure you will be delighted to hear that that no singles made it into D, so that's good. The Smiths are just too good for that, and look how many are in S, guys. We've got 8 singles in S. Any band, would be hard pressed, which I think hard pressed is my quote of the day. I do believe I've said it about 8 times up to this point, but my point being, any band would have great difficulty releasing 8 singles that anyone would deem S-worthy. And yet the Smiths, despite their discography being very small, only 4 studio albums long, have managed it. So what's your excuse, bud? You want to release a single, do it. Fuck the police. But just remember, you will never be the Smiths. Because who is? Thank you for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you, maybe, in the next one. You never can tell with me. There are other videos that I'd like to do over the course of this summer, so stay tuned for that. I'm not going to tease them. You'll just have to wait and see. Bye!